Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to share with you some good news. I'm so excited because we've reached another milestone in our home building journey. The house is currently at window level. I've been waiting for this. We should be completed today, and we are aiming to reach the wall plate level by end of next week, which is going to be a big step forward. Yay! Of course, it hasn't been without its challenges, especially during the framing stage, but we've managed to plan well and to be consistent, communicating with our builder. For anyone building remotely, here's what worked really well for us. I just thought I should share this, with you guys. You need to choose a builder who understands and respects your vision. That's number one. That's very important. So with communication, what we did was we had to use a WhatsApp group with our builder, with everyone who was involved in the building, including the person who is supervising our project in Harare. And we also had to make sure that we call our builder all the time. We also ask for videos, photos, and we had to send data, to the builder to make sure that, he has the data to use. Yeah, so you need to make sure that you choose a builder who understands and respects your vision. And so we had to set up a WhatsApp group with our builder, so all communication is in writing. And calling, requesting regular video updates with the builder is very important. Also, you need to make sure that you send data, to the builder to ensure that the builder has the money to charge their phone, so that they can send you videos, photos, so you have feedback. Yes, you need to choose a good builder who understands and respects your vision. So we had to set up a WhatsApp group with our builder, so all the communication is in writing. We're calling the builder all the time, requesting regular updates all the time, but we had to make sure that we send data and power, and to make sure that the builder stays connected with us. We're writing messages, to track my changes, because we ended up, asking for changes. So we needed to make sure that there's somewhere where the changes are written and refer to them when needed. This actually helped us to make important decisions and adjustments, like we had to end up adjusting some of the windows, removing some doors that we didn't like, creating some openings, within the building, because that stage is very important, to revisit, what you want, to make sure that everything that you want comes out, really nice. So we ended up modifying some of the layouts to improve the flow and to allow, more natural light to come in. A big lesson that we have learned that I want to share with you. We had a 2D plan, for this project. So when we had this plan, drawn, we didn't realize that, it was important for us to have a 3D plan. Because sometimes it's often difficult to visualize, how your home will look in real life, when it's on a 2D plan. that's why we used so what we ended up doing was I've always been following people who are building back home. So it's very important. That's another thing that I can tell you as well, to say, if you want to build back home, watch more videos, get some advice, and all that. I learned a lot from other people. So when I realized that we needed to make sure that we have a 3D a plan to convert the 2D into the 3D plan. Sometimes it's difficult for people who are building back home, because sometimes to convert some of these things, it's very expensive. So what we did, like, I was watching a video one day, someone was sharing their building journey, and they shared that they had to use an app where they had to download their 2D plan, and then they had to pay money to get their 2D plan converted into a 3D rendering, So that's what I did. I used that app. I uploaded our 2D plan, and I paid about $20 US. It's affordable. And then within 2-3 days, the plan was converted into 3D rendering, and then they shared the plan with us. And we went through the plan to see how it's looking. So if it's 3D, it's actually like real life. You'll be able to see opening the door, this corner, going through all the rooms. You'll be able to see, like, this corner, oh, it's not looking good. So this actually helps in the sense that when your builder is building the frame, you can actually ask them to change some of these things, as well as they go during that stage. Because once they reach the wall plate level, it's difficult, it becomes expensive, to revisit these things and demolish the house. So we could see that some of our windows, like on one side, on our dining area, it had 2 windows, but those 2 windows, the other window was too big, the other window was too small, so we wanted something that is uniform. So that actually helped us to communicate with the builder to say, look, for the dining window, can you make sure that they are the same size, so that it looks uniform. It's very important. Even the doors, in the hallway, some of them we ended up removing them, because our house is more like open plan. So we didn't want, those extra doors, and it saves money as well, to remove. We ended up saving some money to remove some of the doors. So that's a nugget that I can share with you guys, to say you need to make sure that if you do a plan, make sure that you have a 3D so you can visualize what you want. And because when we talk to the builder say, you can make some changes, but you can't make changes, on the foundation. Once their foundation is approved, you can't make any changes. But during the framing stage, you can actually say, oh, I don't want this window. I can close this corner, something like that. And then you end up with something that you really like. So the importance of having a 3D is that it gives you a realistic view of your space. And it helps you to plan interior finishes as well, like tiles, colors, and etc. So when we received our 3D plan that we had uploaded, through an app to someone who did for us, when that 3D plan came, it also had, tiles in it. It also had all the sanitary things like bathtubs, the kitchen as well, the kitchen plan, all the furniture. And you are also able to log into that app, and then you can actually play around with furniture yourself. You can change what you want. You can change the kitchen layout. You can change the color, the wall colors. You can change the tiles. You can change anything that you want to suit your style. So that was really, really helpful. I really loved that. That was really helpful. And also a 3D plan, it makes it easier to spot and fix issues before it's too late. Like I said before, that we were able to change a few things, close windows, open some corners, and all that. And also it allows yeah. Yeah, so having a 3D plan also, it did actually help us to communicate with our builder, because we could send that 3D plan, to the builder, and explain what we needed. And it allows, flexibility to make meaningful changes at the framing stage. And here's something we wish we had done earlier. Uh, like I said before, watch more building journey videos before finalizing your plan. It's very important. You can get ideas from other people. There's so much to learn from other people who share their experiences, which is, a plus for us. It did help us a lot to come up with something beautiful. You pick up real life lessons that you won't find, as well in a plan. You get inspired, by watching kitchen layouts, bathroom designs, and smart space usage as well, which is very important. And you'll be able to start to see what would work, in your lifestyle and what won't work for you. So thankfully, even though we didn't do this early on, we started exploring these ideas during the framing stage, which gave us the chance to make key layout changes just in time. The frame stage is the most important time to pay attention to. Make your changes now while it's still flexible, because after wall plate level, it gets more costly and complicated, like I said before. So far, everything is taking good shape beautifully, and we are so grateful for this journey. Hopefully in my next video, by end of next week, I'll be able to share our progress at wall plate level. So you need to stay tuned all the time. I have more, to share. I've learned a lot, from this journey. I've learned a lot that I can share with you guys, and also especially, coming up with a good plan for a house. I was laughing. My builder was saying, oh, I don't know, you need to be an architecture now, because what you know a lot, but thankfully we have a good builder. We just laugh it off, because I was actually bothering him a lot, asking him questions, and each time, when he's building, updating us what he has done. So I used to ask him, can you please take a video of what you're talking about? I need to see in real life. And I was able to say, oh look, we agreed on this, but I don't see that you have done this. Can you please rectify this? So, and he was more than happy. He used to call me, oh, murungu wangu, it's okay, murungu wangu. But anyway, yeah, things are going really well. I can't wait to share with you guys the wall plate level, which is going to be our next step. So right now they're just finishing off. We managed to buy all the material for the ring beam. So for the ring beam, we bought some doors, we bought some nails, we bought some shattering things, some planks. There's so much that we bought for this stage. So we're just waiting for them to finish it off next week to see how it's gonna come out. Yeah, so if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Most importantly, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future updates, guys. I'm so excited to share with you. I've got a lot that I need to share with you guys. I think when we build next time, we'll do much better, because we have learned a lot so far. And if you want to know which app we use to convert our 2D plan into 3D plan, or if you have any questions about the process, drop a comment below, and I would love to share and help anyone else on their building journey. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.